Welcome back to AV Veterans Talk. We're continuing our conversation with this week's guest, Carter Green. So, came the time you got out of tech school and you got your orders, and you're heading to Okinawa.
Well, actually,
Or no, did you have a...
my PCS station was Castle Air Force Base,
Mhm.
and for PCS, for permanent station, I was there from July of '67 till I got out in February of 1971.
Mm-hmm.
But I did a 6 months TDY to Kadena Air Force Base in Okinawa, and from about March of '69 to October of '69.
Right. So you were taking care of war-weary B-52s over there at the time that were flying a lot of sorties, and you were in an environment that was very corrosive, and probably taxed you guys. Would probably tax a paint shop to extremes in that environment. And what would a day look like when with a B-52, or would they just go through and inspect, and then they have issues with corrosion, and then it comes over to you?
And what they did was they flew they had 20 B-52s there, and most of the time they flew 19 of them every day. I think it was a 12-hour round trip to Vietnam. Full load of bombs and wings, on 750s on the wings and 500-pounders in the bomb bay. And they come back 12 hours. They had one that we do major work on, whether it was for us to repaint a whole airplane, or mechanics doing major work. Always have things they have to do on them to keep it up, and so that's what we did. We had a little shop. We do the small parts radomes in the shop, and we shared it with the Tactical Air Command. We were SAC,
Right.
but they had F-105s there, and our F-4Cs. And the interesting thing is, on SAC, it was all GIs, but in the tactical side, they used Okinawans to do the painting in the shop.
Wow.
I don't think they actually went out on the planes themselves, but they did the in-shop work. But
Yeah.
and they were good painters.
Yeah, interesting. So you had how many B-52s? 20? And you were flying how many a day?
19.
19. So you'd always have the one ship.
Yeah.
But that'd only give you, like, the next day it would it get back into the rotation?
I don't know if they probably sometimes they'd have to be down more than one day.
Yeah. Okay.
So
A major work on
yeah,
I can imagine.
and of course I'm sure there were some times when one would break down, something would happen where they couldn't take off, and they had to, if they couldn't replace something real quick, they had to stay a day.
It's interesting because you weren't involved with the combat operations, obviously in country there of Vietnam or whatever, but you lose a B-52 and replacements would come in because you had to deal. How many B-52s?
I was there. We didn't lose any.
You didn't lose any, which
Yeah.
is.
I think the only ones they lost was one of the first missions. They had two collide close to the Philippines, I think it was, and then over North Vietnam when Nixon had them in Linebacker 2 in December of '72, when they had the flying full force over Haiphong and Hanoi, and the missiles shot them down. Even though they didn't have radar, they still shot the missiles, and they were lucky and got, I think, 15 B-52s were shot down or damaged so bad that they had to crash someplace else.
Yeah, wow. So, and you said at the same time you were there, the SRs were starting to show up and flying photo recon over Vietnam.
So yeah, we could see them take off and land on the base, because their hangars were close enough for that. It was a large base. It was a very large base, but it was hilly, and our barracks were on one of the hills, so I could, again, on top of the building, I could with my telephoto lens and take pictures of the SR taking off and landing, the F4s, and the B-52s, and
nice.
They also had RF-135 and EF-135 electronic countermeasures. Not like countermeasures, but they would pick up signals from the Chinese or the North Vietnamese and things like that. But we had about 15 of those at the time.
It's amazing to think of. We've interviewed like Bob Abrams and individuals who have been over Vietnam, same time period, this and stuff, and the amount of everything military over there at that time. It was just massive, and so many different, programs, people doing things.
Yeah.
It's overwhelming to think of the scope and the size of everything that was going on over there at that
Right.
time. So, quick question, just kind of a funny thing. So how did you get over to Okinawa? Was it a commercial flight or military
No,
flight?
it was TDY. They would send you, and I can't remember the name of the operation, but it was I flew over on a KC-135
Oh, boy.
from, what's that Air Force base near, between Frisco and Sacramento?
Travis?
Travis, yeah.
Travis, yeah.
I drove up to Travis, or had somebody drop me off up there. And then I had to actually wait two or 3 days because the plane broke down, and this KC-135 I was riding on was coming from back east someplace, and it actually broke down and had to land at Castle where I was stationed.
Yeah, you could have just got on there.
And then it flew to Travis, and so I ended up staying at the transient barracks for like 2 nights before I left, which just got fun. It was nice because one of my friends had a motorcycle accident, and he spent 6 months at the hospital at Travis, so I spent a lot of time with him.
Hanging with him. So, okay, we'll finish this up right now. So when we come back, you came back from Vietnam and you went to work for Lockheed. We'll talk a little bit about your Lockheed time. So we'll be right back here with Carter Green. I'm Bob Alvis, and thanks for joining us for this segment of AV Veterans Talk.